Hey guys, happy Sunday. Welcome back to Speaking 360. I thought we'd think together today about something, a question really that I get asked a great deal. What's the fastest way to prepare for an audience? What's the fastest way to get ready for an audience? I talk a lot about the importance of preparing for your audience. What's the fastest way to do that? If you got to prepare to do a good job, what's the fastest way to do that? Well, I mean, the honest answer is it depends. It depends. What does it depend on? It depends on you. Depends on you. It depends on your frustration threshold or your frustration tolerance. If you are happy to be frustrated, if you've got a very high frustration tolerance, then you can take a quicker route. If you've got a very low frustration threshold, or low frustration tolerance, then you're probably going to want to take a more circuitous route, a route that's a bit more comfortable for you, perhaps. So it really depends. See, the easy route, the easy way is to work on the message first of all. So you've got the opportunity to speak, and you're going to spend all your time working on the message. You're going to craft the perfect message on paper, and you're going to collect lots of research, and you're going to piece it together. I like soaking up information on Audible, then put it on a whiteboard. So if you've got time, you can take weeks preparing your message. It's very comfortable. It's very easy. I think maybe you think about this this idea of working on the message. It really can be a little bit of procrastination, can't it? You're avoiding the frustration, or you're avoiding the difficult work. See, the thing is, if you look at preparation as like a mountain that's got to be climbed, you have to summit the mountain for the audience. They deserve it. You have to summit the mountain. You've got to get to the top. It just depends whether you're going to take an easy route around the edge that your grandparents could join you on, and your dog with 3 legs. And okay, it might take you all day to get up there and back, but you'll do it and it'll be comfortable. So do you want to take that route, or do you want to take the more aggressive route? Do you want to go straight up the north face? Where you're marching and it's tiring and it's exhausting, but you're up there in 35 minutes if you go for it, if you make it, if you don't die on the way. So what do you want? What do you want? You have to summit. The audience deserves that. You have to do it. You have to reach the top of that mountain of preparation. But it's easier to work on the message. When you've worked on the message, though, you have to work on the messenger. So we got it. That's why you can't go just halfway up the mountain. You've got to go to the top. You have to work on the messenger as well. We know there's so much in the delivery, don't we? The words are important, but the delivery, your body language, your voice, your tonality, your timing, your pausing, your facial expressions, all of those things, even your character, all of those are a huge part of communication. So you've got to work on the messenger as well. But it's a lot easier to work on the messenger if you've already worked on the message. That's why most people do that. In fact, most people don't get to working on the messenger. They spend all their time on the message, never quite finish. So that's the easy way. And we have to deliver. So treasure every precious second of the audience's time is a great quote. In fact, it feels really good to quote myself here. Let's not miss this moment. Treasure every second of the audience's time. Roddy Galbraith. So it's important. It's important. We have to deliver. We have to summit that mountain. And so the easiest way to do that is to work on the message first of all. Now, the more aggressive way, straight up the north face, as I said, to make rapid progress, is to practice out loud like it's the real thing. So like you're in front of the audience before you think you're ready. That's much more difficult. That's very frustrating, because what we're basically saying is, here you're going to stand up and you're going to deliver as if you're in front of the audience before you really know what you're going to say. But this works like nothing else to get ready quickly. It really does. So now if you don't like that approach, you don't have to do it. You can work on the message first and get all the words right, and then try and memorize it, and then work on the delivery, and it takes a lot longer, but it's more comfortable for you. It's more comfortable for you. But if you're feeling a little bit more adventurous, then you can start practicing out loud before you think you're ready. See, the bottom line is this: when you work on the message, you're developing the message. Makes sense, doesn't it? It's not exactly rocket science. When you're working on the message, you're developing the message. But when you work on the messenger, you're developing the messenger and you're developing the message. You're working on everything together. And if you work on the messenger, if you work on you and your body language and the delivery over and over, you build up in layers, and it gradually gets better. Your delivery gets better. Your timing gets better. Your use of your voice gets better. Your pausing gets better. And you understand what you're trying to say much better. And so the message develops it as well. It all gets better. But it's difficult. It's difficult to stand up and say something before you've really worked out what it is you're trying to say. So how long does it take to prepare a message? It depends. It depends on you. Now, you may guess from the emphasis that I'm placing on each approach that I favor the practice out loud. Your audience deserves it. Practice out loud like it's the real thing before you think you're ready. That's the best way to prepare. The main reason I recommend that, even though it's difficult, is that you build it up gradually and then you become bulletproof. Whereas if you write the speech, try and memorize it, it's very fragile. You can very easily lose your way, and then you're like, oh, I need to go back to the beginning again so I know, I don't know it from here. But if you build it up in pieces, you found every different way to share your message, and your delivery then is bulletproof. It's much more resilient. So you make your own mind up. How long does it take to prepare? You have to sum it, remember. You have to sum it. You've got to do a good job. That's a non-negotiable. So you've got to do a good job. You're going to work on the message and then the delivery, or you're just going to jump in, work on the delivery, and shape both at the same time. You decide, but maybe be brave and give the more aggressive route a try. I think you'll prefer it in the long run. That's it for this week. We'll see you soon. Thanks, guys. Lots of love. Bye-bye. God bless.